Hey everyone, welcome back to another fun and exciting Algebra 1 class. Today we are going to be talking about how to clear fractions. Some of you are like, yes, finally! I'm finally learning how to get rid of fractions because I hate fractions. Now, I personally don't hate fractions. I think fractions are fairly easy to work with, but I've had a lot of experience working with them. I would rather work with a fraction than a decimal. But some of you have just spent your whole life in pure, utter hatred to fractions. You just don't like them. And so finally today I'm going to teach you how to, let's just get rid of the fractions. Let's eliminate the fractions. I want to be done with them. Okay, and you can do this in algebra. There is a way. Now, that doesn't mean that we're never going to deal with fractions again. There are some times that we can't eliminate the fractions. It just doesn't work. We have to have them. But in dealing with equations, many times we can eliminate the fractions, and it makes it a whole lot easier for us to work with. So in your book, we are in Chapter 2. This is lesson number 4, Chapter 2, Lesson 4, and it starts on page number 59, page 59, clearing fractions. So let's take a look at this. I don't really have any fancy steps for you today or anything like that. It's basically one step, and so let's take a look at it. So if we have 5, oh, sorry about that. Let's try that again. If we have 5x over 8, and we are adding 1/4, and it equals 4. Okay. You might look at that and say, I don't like it. It's too many fractions. Okay. Well, good news. We can eliminate those fractions. We can just totally get rid of them. And here's what you need. You need to find the LCD. You need to find the LCD. And if we take that, and now you say, well, that 4 doesn't even have a denominator. Well, it really does. We'll put it over 1. Okay? And anytime that there's a constant term or anytime that there's a variable that's not a fraction, we just put it over 1. Because anything over 1 is itself. So 4 over 1 is 4. All right, so we'll just put it over 1. Now, let's take our denominators, 8, 4, and 1. What is the least common denominator of those? Okay. It's 8. That's right, it's 8. So here's what we want to do now. Now we want to take the LCD and we want to multiply everything by the LCD. And you can multiply it by 8 over 1 since it's all fractions. That's fine. It'll work better if we put 8 over 1. All right, so let's go ahead and we're going to cancel this and cancel this. And so we have 5x plus, watch what happens here. Cancel this to a 1, cancel this to a 2. Up there, we're going to have 2 over 1 or 2 equals. And here, we're going to just, there's no denominator, so 4 times 8, we're going to get 32. Wow, check that out, right? So we went from, fractions to no fractions by just multiplying everything by the LCD. Now what do? Now you just solve it. Minus 2, minus 2. Remember what I do to one side, I have to do to the other side. That's going to cancel, and I'm going to get 5x equals 30. We're going to divide both sides by 5, and we're going to get, that's going to cancel, we'll get x equals 6. X equals 6. Now, remember the last step to these is always to check your answer. So now we're going to want to take that 6 and we're going to want to put it back into the original, and we're going to put it into the original with all the fractions with it. Let me get rid of all this stuff, and I just want to show you that it actually does work. We actually do get a solution that works. Okay, so we'll do it over here, and our answer was 6. So everywhere there's an x, we're going to put a 6. So 5 times 6 over 8 plus 1/4 equals 4. Let's see if that actually works out or not. What's 5 times 6? All right, so we've got 30 over 8 plus 1 over 4 equals 4. Well, in order for us to do this right here, we have to have a common denominator. So we'd have 30 over 8 plus 2 over 8. If you don't know how to do that, then you need to go back and figure out how to add fractions, okay? Because that's something from 7th, 8th grade, actually 5th grade right there. So you need to know how to do that. If you don't, go back and figure it out. So equals 4. Well, now we can add these, and what do we get? 32 over 8 equals 4. Well, what is 32 divided by 8? It's 4 equals 4. Our check works. So our answer was 6. So we can clear the fraction out, and we still get the same answer. Now, I want to show you something else that, well, I won't do that right now. We'll just do another one, and I'll maybe show it to you on that one. Okay, and so let's go ahead and look at this one. You're going to like this one. Y over 6 plus y over 2 equals 10 over 3. First thing that we need to do here is we need to try to find the LCD, least common denominator. So we have a 6, a 2, and a 3. The LCD of 6, 2, and 3 is 6 because 2 goes into 6 and 3 goes into 6. So there we go, 6. And now if we take the 6 and we multiply everything times 6, or 6 over 1. Why 6 over 1? Because they're all fractions, and so we're multiplying fractions. So go ahead and cancel out what you can cancel, and 1 times y equals y over 1, or just y, plus, cancel here with a 1, cancel here with a 3, that equals 3y, and cancel here with a 1, and here with a 2. 2 times 10 equals 20. 20. All right, and so now we would do what we can do. We can combine those like terms. Remember your steps of solving your equations. Do what you can do. We're going to have 4y equals 20. Divide both sides by 4, and we get y equals 5. Y equals 5. Now what we have to do is we have to go back and plug it back in to see if it will solve out. So let's come back up here, and we will, I'll just add that in. So 5 over 6 plus 5 over 2 equals 10 over 3. Let's see what we get. We need to add those together, but we need to convert it to a common denominator. So 5 over 6 plus 15 over 6 equals 10 over 3. Is that true? Not looking true right now, is it? Well, we'll see what happens, okay? Let's do this. And so we're going to get 20 over 6 equals 10 over 3. 20 over 6, that doesn't equal 10 over 3. Really? We have to reduce this. 2 goes into 20, and 2 goes into 6. 10 over 3 equals 10 over 3. We are correct. And so there's our check. Okay. All right. Let me see if there's anything else here that I wanted to show you. Yeah, I got time. I'll do this one really quick. I won't do the check on this one. I'll let you do the check on this one, but I will do this real quick. 3x minus 1 over 2 plus 4x plus 3 over 3 equals -8, or -8 over 1. So we're going to find the LCD, and 2 and 3, the LCD is going to be 6 again. So we're going to multiply everything by 6. Now be careful here. It's really not changing too much, and I'll show you what I mean by that. And I know you have binomials. I mean, I get that. But watch this. That's going to cancel to a 1. That's going to cancel to a 3. Now, we still have some multiplication going on here. So what does that look like? Well, we just write it like we would something that needs to be distributed. And then we say plus, that's going to cancel to a 1, that's going to cancel to a 2. We have to distribute the 2 in there. And then that equals negative 48. 6 times 8. 6 times negative 8. Okay, and then we're just going to go ahead and distribute, and we're going to get 9x minus 3 plus 8x plus 6 equals negative 48. And then we just do what we can do. Look, I got a bunch of like terms over here. 9x, 8x, so that's going to be 17x. And then I have minus 3 and plus 6. That's going to be a plus 3 equals 48. Subtract 3 from both sides. We're going to get 17x equals 45. Oh, no, that's a negative 48. Sorry about that. That was negative 48 up there. So that's a negative 51. There we go. All right, and now I'm going to divide both sides by 17, and I'm going to get x equals negative 3. If you don't believe me, you can check your calculators. All right, so there you go. That is the lesson for today. That's reducing a fraction, getting rid of a fraction. Find the LCD. Multiply by the LCD. I'm not going to take the time to check that one. If you want to, you can go back through and check it, or you can look on page number 61. And on page 61, they show you the check of that one. All right. So there it is. There is eliminating fractions. Congratulations. You finally learned how to eliminate fractions. Multiply everything by the LCD, and that will eliminate the fraction. Okay? All right. We'll see you later. Have a good one. Bye-bye.